Hello, Stampers. Welcome back to another episode of Stampin' on the Hill. Today I have a technique that I want to show you. It's called direct to paper, which means you apply the ink directly to the paper. And I brought back, I'll put it in the comments or something about a version of this card that I did a very long time ago, like 2014, I think it is. And so I decided to try to recreate it for you using a little bit more current stuff. Although I was sad to say that we don't have any oval punches, so you'll see in a minute. I'm using a crumb cake card base, so 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I have that. I'm just going to set that aside. I also have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. And I'm going to, on my white, I'm going to use Balmy Blue. Actually, let me put the, here I'm thinking you can see me and you can't. So sorry about that. Okay, so Balmy Blue. And I'm going to make what appears to be maybe a sky. I'm going to just take and I'm going to drag this across the paper very lightly. And I can go over it a couple more times if I want. And I'm just kind of doing the top. I want to make sure that I'm going to have, I don't want it to be too dark. Let's go put it that way. Let's try and flip it upside down and do some more like this. It's just going to be like a sky. It'll be good. Then I'm going to take some old olive and I'm going to make some hills on the bottom. So I'm going to start with a hill up here. And then I'm going to make a hill. I'm going to have to turn it this way. A hill kind of going this way. And then I can do another one across the bottom. That's okay. I'm all right with that. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that aside here so it can kind of dry a little bit. And then I'm going to bring in some punches. Now, the oval punches, these are really old. These are the whale tail type of punches. But I'm going to punch out 3 of each size. So this is kind of a medium size, and then the other one is a little smaller size. So I'm going to punch out 3 of those. Always trying to get the most out of my cardstock. So 3 of those, and then I'm going to punch out 3 of the smaller size. You'll see what we're going to do here in a minute. Put this apart so I can get in there. And 3. We have some scraps. It's okay. So what I'm going to do with this is, again, direct to paper. I'm going to use my pumpkin pie, and I punched it out of pumpkin pie too, but this one that's okay. We're going to put that on the bottom. So I'm going to, again, direct to paper with this, and I'm just going to sort of go over all the edges, and this is just going to give it a little bit of depth when we put it together here. So I'm just, again, kind of lightly just scraping the pad along the side of the cardstock. I'm going to do that with all 6 of these. And then we're going to build them into pumpkins, which I thought was kind of, see, everybody gets inky. Lots of ink. It's all right. It's washable. All right. So I have all those. Close this pad up. I have started to replace some of these older style pads, just in case anybody was wondering why I still have these old ones around. They just didn't have, it wasn't all that important in order to, okay, so this one I'm going to put on the inside. So we're going to build these like this. I'm going to put 2 here and then 1 over the top. That's going to kind of make a pumpkin. So I'm going to hide that little blemish here by putting these two together first. And then I'm going to put this one over the top. The nice thing about the green glue is that you get a little bit of wiggle room before it dries. So there's one, almost pumpkin. We'll add a stem to it. This one's got a little more ink on it than I really wanted. So let's put that one on the right side. So let's do this, and again, same concept here going on. And then give this a little V here. Put that one in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is, I might as well leave my glue out here. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and just a scrap piece of garden green. See this okay? And I'm only going to give it like just the width of the channel right here. So just a real thin, I'm going to do 2 pieces like that. Those and these. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to curl it up a little bit. Both sides. I really kind of want it to give it a little twist. So both of those. And give that one a little twist. And then I'm just going to glue these onto the backs. So we have a little stem coming out the top here. This one's kind of big, but we can trim it down. It's a little too long. And then this one on the bigger one, same thing. And a little glue. That one looks a little, you can maneuver these however you want. But so that's going to be good for those. Then I'm going to bring in, I'm going to glue one of them down. And the other one I'm going to pop up with some dimensionals. Let's see, I'll just put a couple on here. Pop these up. That, and then I'm going to take a little piece of basic white. I'm going to set this aside a minute. Take a little piece of basic white, and I'm going to bring back my pumpkin pie ink, and I'm using a sentiment from Lasting Joy. This one says, "I'm so thankful," and we're just going to line this up, and then I'm going to run this through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with this die. So hold on 1 minute. And so then we have, pop that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on with dimensionals too, but I don't want it all the way over. So I'm just going to hold it and come back in with my scissors, and I'm going to snip the end of this off on the back side there. I'll put some dimensionals under that. Couple. And that's going to go here on the edge. So that lines up there. Then I'm going to put, I'm going to glue this layer to my crumb cake layer. And again, just a little bit of glue will do it, you know. And then here's another trick for you. Did you know that you can color your gems? Doesn't matter which gems they are, really. But if you use a Stampin' Blends, which is the alcohol marker, again, this is the pumpkin pie. This is the dark. They come in 2 colors or 2 shades of each color, dark and light. So this is the dark pumpkin pie. And another quick tip for you too is make sure that because they're alcohol, it's going to evaporate fast. So you always want to make sure that you get your lids back on right away. Don't leave them sit around and dry out. And another thing is to make sure that when you store them flat. Okay, so then I'm going to come back in and pick these up. Usually I use my paper snips to pick up my gems and pop them down. That works the best for me. Everybody's a little different, so you use what works best for you. And let's stick one down here. All right. So there's the card. Again, I'm going to put the one from 2014 in the comments, or I'll show a side by side. Anyway, let's get back to here. So yeah, it's kind of cute, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.